Monday. Monday is International Are You Afraid of Your Dreams Contemplation Day. It's not. Don't look for that on any calendar. But I'm inviting you to look within yourself and ask yourself honestly, self, or you can put your name in there, am I afraid to dream big? That's what I want to talk about because it's so indicative. What you dare to dream is very, very indicative about what, of course, is going to end up in your life. Does it mean that your ultimate big, huge dream is what's going to end up in your life? Well, not necessarily, but what if you weren't attached to it looking like the big dream? That is what I want to talk about. So, hi, I'm Bob Doyle. I was one of the featured teachers in the film and the book, The Secret. And I've been a law of attraction teacher primarily for upwards of 20 years. And we have recently, the collective we have recently changed our direction to speak more to brain rewiring and just going directly to what it is that is going to create the transformation, and that is a rewiring of our circuitry, how we process information, the action we take as a result of how we think differently, and so on. So the goal is to decide who is it that we want to be, who do we need to be to attract the results we want in our life, right? And then we take on being that in the present, not later, but now, and then watch the world change around us. And yes, bonus, the law of attraction is going on in the background, but guess what? You've bypassed the whole need to obsess about it or try to get it right or whatever, right? And so that's the work that we're doing now. But let's not call it work, let's call it play. Even though sometimes it can feel laborious. Why? Because we're changing the structure of our brain. We're literally changing how we construct reality. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. And when we take it on intentionally, we more intentionally feel the discomfort that comes along with changing, with changing habits, changing thought processes, being willing to let go of old stories, all of that. It can take some time, and sometimes we get frustrated. And part of the frustration and just of our current wiring and so on, and when I coach people or whatever, I'm telling you to create the ideal version of yourself, and from that space create what you want in your life. Decide what the details are. What does that version of you want their environment to be, their relationships to be, their abundance to be? All those details that most people come racing into the law of attraction conversation with before they've even contemplated who they need to be to have that life. And that is the first step. And once you get that, once you're clear on that, or at least have some idea of how who you need to be is different than who you're being now, and you start taking on those behaviors with help and assistance, so that you'll actually do it and move through the discomfort, then you literally change who you're being. Now, right now, and always, I have run into people who are afraid to dream big, like have that audacious dream. And there's a couple of reasons. There's probably infinite number of reasons people have that challenge. But, one of them is the fear of not getting it. They don't want to be disappointed. And also, some people will tell you, law of attraction people will tell you, and very good reasons in the context they're doing it, is that you want to make your goal or your vision realistic. Now, the reason they say that is because you don't want so much resistance around it, like, oh my God, I'll never get that you start, acting in alignment with having resistance because it's just too big. Your mind kicks in and says, how will I ever... So you're told to make it big, make it bigger outside your comfort zone, but still realistic and attainable. And I totally get that. And I was preaching that for a really long time. And the reason that that's so important is because most people attach to their vision. In other words, you're afraid to dream big because what if I don't get it, as if that matters. Like if you don't get that big vision, that it's all wasted or somehow something didn't work. But now that's one way of looking at things. But here's another way that I invite you to look at. If you have a big, audacious, even seemingly impossible vision, but you're still committed to it, and it's still you can detach from it having to be that way, but the feeling of it excites you enough that you're at least going to go for it. Then if you do that, then you're going to at least take some new action every day. You're going to do the process of stepping into being who you need to be to have that be your reality, even if it's audacious. And don't you agree that if you at least start taking some action towards that goal, that your life is going to improve because you're going to be more in alignment with that through the action you're taking. So if you don't have to have it that way and know that just having that vision will pull you through a better life, what if that were enough? What if it didn't have to look just like that? Hey, just a quick interruption. If you like what you see here, be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so we can let you know the next time we post a video like this. All right, moving forward. What if you could be as patient as you needed to be? There's a lot of what ifs in this conversation, but so much around detachment from it having to be that way. Let your vision inspire you into new action, new and bold action that you know is more in alignment with who you need to be to create something like that vision. But don't call all your efforts failure if that vision as you show it isn't showing up, because I guarantee you, if you stay present and look at what happens in your life as a result of being that person, things are getting better. You're getting results in your life that are more consistent with that person, and probably you'll notice it. But I'm just inviting you to celebrate that. Be grateful for wherever you go that's further than where you were. And be grateful for that audacious vision that maybe one day you'll realize and maybe you won't. It doesn't matter. It pulls you through a new way of being to get new action. This is the whole reason why I'm talking rewiring now. Because people are they're trying to figure out why the law of attraction isn't working. So stop. It's misdirected energy. Like if you hear about the law of attraction and you get the basics and it's just not landing and you're still trying to figure out why it's not working or what, I promise you, your focus is in the wrong place. The law of attraction will work just fine and effortlessly if instead of focusing on why isn't the law of attraction working this way or just trying to get all that sorted out, focus on who you need to be and start being it. That's the work. Because all your understanding, any work anyone's doing with the law of attraction, it's still, you're trying to get to one thing, your brain rewiring. That's the end result. So let's just go right to the brain rewiring. That's why I'm bypassing all the ins and outs of the law of attraction, because people get so freaking slowed down by things like this. Yeah, but what about this? What about that? Okay. That's misdirected energy. It's a freaking distraction that your ego is throwing at you. Say, well, look, let's just obsess over this for a while, sometimes decades, trying to get it right. And all that time, I could have stepped more powerfully into just being this and living into this dream and stop, wondering about my vibration or, oh no, I had a negative thought or any of that stuff. Be the person you need to be to attract those results and start being it today. Don't wait for the circumstances. Now that's easier said than done, and that's why I do the work I do, because I support people through that process, because it occurs as uncomfortable AF, which is why people stop. They come up against their wiring, and then all the logic comes in about why this isn't going to work for them or whatever, and then they just stop. And if they had just kept going till the rewiring took, they could be a totally different person getting totally different results. So I help people not stop. And we bypass all the confusion. We bypass all the metaphysics. We go right to brain science, and we don't inundate you with it. We do not have reams of studies that go into the brain science because it doesn't freaking matter. All you need to know is that your brain can change. And you can know that without reading any sort of research. You've changed your entire life, and you'll continue to change based on the input you put into your brain on a consistent basis. And you'd be amazed at what you put in there on a consistent basis that you're not aware of, or that you think around, or you say, this isn't affecting my reality or whatever. And it absolutely is. So my work is about saying, hey, this is why you're perpetuating what you've got. Who do you need to be that's different? And then let me help you get through the discomfort with tools and support and accountability and etc. Distinctions, things that will just make you clearer and clearer about your own ability to change your entire experience of reality, but not by throwing law of attraction rays out into the world, but by changing this inside here directly, and watch all the rays be emitted out there automatically and get the results you want and attract the circumstances. Let the law of attraction just work effortlessly without you getting in there and slowing it down by trying to figure out why it's not working for you. Anyway, I'm very passionate about my current approach because I'm working with people on a daily basis and I'm seeing it work so much faster than any other law of attraction approach, and it's not negating the law of attraction. It's allowing the law of attraction to work undisturbed without your interference while you focus on what's really important. So if that sounds good to you, like direct transformation, then let's hang out together. You can take our transformation personality type quiz. That's the gateway into the Balanced Living Challenge, which is where all the magic is happening. Hey, it's Bob here. If you got value out of what you saw here, please click the like button so that we know what kind of videos we can keep making for you. Also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, well, I invite you to do that. It's just one click of a button, and click the notification bell so that you'll know the next time we upload a video. In the meantime, share this with friends and family that you care about, and if you'd like to catch up on some of the other stuff we've done here over the years, just click either of these videos. It'll be a good start for you. We'll see you next time.